Hello, friends, and welcome to Aging Fearlessly. I'm so glad you're here again today. Now, before I go on, I do want to tell you that it's going to be my last program for a while, as I'm going to go ahead and take a break from doing it. Frankly, I'm losing my energy and creativity needed to do it, so a break seems like the reasonable thing to do, and see what comes next. So let's move on to today's topic. Let's be honest, most of us walk around believing we're smarter than the average person. And I'll admit it, I'm one of those people who thought I had read the right books, learned how to stay out of trouble, that I had made all the right choices and decisions, calculated all my moves expertly, believing I could shape how my story should unfold. Now, if you feel the same, you're in familiar company. And if you're not sure, consider this timeless quote that will help you identify where you are. It goes like this: opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. We laugh because it's true, but what that quote doesn't capture, though, is that most people don't hesitate to share those opinions with you, even when they don't know anything about the subject they're opinionating about. Now, I think we do this, all of us, because somehow we believe that just having an opinion must mean we have some kind of knowledge. But here's the twist. That belief that we're smarter than most tends to crumble when life actually happens to us, when it's our turn for the big blow. Now, this could be a divorce, parenting a child with special needs, a job loss, betrayal from a friend, the death of a good friend or family member that guts you from the inside. Watching your mental health unravel like a sweater thread is no fun. This is when we learn cleverness won't save us, foresight won't shield us, control won't rescue us. And this is when we realize we were never, no matter who we are, exempt from life's suffering all along. These moments usher us into grief. And if you studied some about grief, then you probably heard about Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and you'll recognize her theory about the 5 stages of grief. The acronym is DABDA. D stands for denial. That's when you feel numb, disconnected, unwilling to believe the loss is real. A is for anger, directed at yourself, others, even at what you've lost. B is for bargaining. You try to negotiate with God anything, pleading to reverse the pain. D is for depression. The reality of loss sinks in deeply. And A is for acceptance. This is not a state of being okay, but one of acknowledgement and adjustment. Now, Kubler-Ross reminds us that these stages aren't linear. You may loop, skip, repeat. They're messy, just like grief. But somewhere in this mess, if we're lucky, humility steps in, not as shame, not as failure, but as an invitation to stop trying to master life like it's a puzzle, because life isn't a puzzle, it's a storm. It's actually a canvas, it's an ocean, beautiful, terrifying, bigger than you. But if you don't reach a point of humility, you cannot complete the Kubler-Ross cycle of grief, for acceptance cannot begin until the moment you become humble enough to recognize what's within your control and what is not. Now, this is not resignation, it's release. Even when the pain consumes your thoughts, acceptance allows you to whisper, "This happened. I wish it hadn't, but here I am." You learn to say, "I can't fix this today. I can't force someone to love me. I can't undo what I did. I can't unhear that diagnosis," whatever it is. But you can breathe. You can make coffee. You can answer when a friend calls. You can step outside and stand in the sun and say, "All of this is out of my hands." Then you look around the wreckage that is left and you start gathering the materials to rebuild. And in that moment, when you admit you're not the hero you thought you were, just a human, you unlock a rare peace. Not the peace of resolution, but the peace of surrendering to what's happening. Because life will humble you, and that humility, that's not your downfall. It's your rebirth. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for tuning in many other times. I wish you well as you keep aging fearlessly. So long.